Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first video in July by me. To celebrate this, me and Tyler are going for a world record, or at least is attempting to break it. Chances are you probably already saw this live or after the fact though, cause this record attempt was streamed by Tyler last Friday. Shout out to his channel by the way, which you can find in the description, just to reduce any unnecessary CPU resources for this epic late game match. Tyler allowed me to use his streamed footage so I did not have to record it myself, so thanks a bunch friend. It should be in Super HD quality because of his OP brand new computer, at least for the early game that is, cause I literally just downloaded the VOD on YouTube and thus the quality is probably gonna turn to absolute ass cum mid-game, just a warning to let you know in advance. So yeah, if you didn't tune into Tyler's shit yet, then let me clear up some things for you. Starting off with what exactly is the highest round as of this 4.4 update now that village stacking is removed. The answer to that is round 118, set by a guy called Josh. However, that was a solo attempt completed in practice mode and unfortunately there is also no video associated with it. So even if we do end up coming short of 118, that's okay, cause we will still hold the record for a non-single-player match as well as the highest round caught on video, and Battles TV too, thanks to Tyler's subs who pushed that replay all the way to the top of the popular page. Anyways, the loadout we are using for this late game attempt is Ninja, Ice, Super Monkey, and Mortar. However, for reference, the round 118 record utilized Sniper instead of Mortar, so what gives? Well, the choice of using Mortar was all on Tyler, with his reasoning being the Mortar gives you much stronger temples as well as the fact that you can spam Mortar-style abilities come late game, and those benefits just barely edge out the benefits of using Sniper, which is strictly for single-target ZOMG stalling. But honestly, in my opinion, it's a toss-up. Nobody's really done any extensive research on what was better, but it's close enough that I would call it so. As for the map choice, I'm not exactly sure Plutonium Mines is the correct choice because Bloons Circles is still longer by a fair margin, but I'm going to pin this decision on Tyler again cause he convinced me mines would be more optimal, with more tower space allowing you to fit up to 11 temples, 12 if you're a literal god, but I'm not too sure that's actually possible. Meanwhile 10 is the max you can fit on Bloons Circles if I recall correctly, though I'm not sure if the lack of track length makes up for the extra space you can fit on mines. That's another thing that requires more research cause as of now it's probably a toss-up. So yeah, what else is there really to say about this match that I haven't already said in my 10 previous record attempts? I mean, I could go over my other towers again, but it's pretty trivial as to why they're the best options for a late game, Ice and Ninja for the slow, and Super Monkey for the raw popping power. Okay, I guess one more thing I could mention before jumping into more answering questions is the choice of playing on classic assault mode instead of something like Bonanza to make our lives easier. And for the 1000th time it was Tyler making that decision. As you can see, there's quite the trend going on. I suppose you could say Tyler is the dominant one in our very intimate relationship, Kappa. All jokes and fuck-buddying aside, Tyler wanted classic mode because it would make the record look more legitimate. Not that playing on Bonanza would make it any less legitimate, but you know, people are stupid and some will find any way to invalidate records, so you might as well just go with the most basic of modes, right? Though personally I would say fuck it and use Bonanza cause I can't be bothered to use twice the amount of clicks to get the same ego. Forgot to turn my auto-click on, so that's why it matters. Alright, my favorite part of the video now where I can relax and stop spewing out worthless information that probably only 1% of viewers will care about. I'm sure more than 1% of viewers will care about this mini Q&A session though, at least I hope. I promise you it will contain lots of juicy information. We will start slow and build it up along the way. Nick asks, what grade am I in school? Well, technically speaking, grades past 12 in Canada don't exist, but if it didn't count at post-secondary years right after high school, then the answer to your question is 15. And did I take any honors classes? Well, at my old high school, honors classes didn't exist either, but I did in fact take the harder of the courses if there ever was a choice between any. How tall I am? Same height as Tyler 1, which is 5'6". Oops, I mean 6'5", Kappa. How much time does it take for me to make commentary? Depends on the length, but generally a couple hours. Sometimes it may fluctuate based on factors such as how serious or sophisticated I plan the video to be, or on how many topics I have on my bucket list. If it's empty, it will take eternities thinking about each and every sentence to write down. Next one, the gamer asks if I'm still aiming for 100k subs. Of course, but my goal of reaching 100k by the end of this year is now looking like a pipe dream, but I can assure you this. Within 4 months of the release of BTD 6, you can bet I will have at least 100k, mark my words. You can never really underestimate the power big releases can have on the YouTube community. This is a spicy one. Have the Turkish bastards stopped copying my videos? Well, it was really only that one incident I had with them. After that, nothing really got resolved and everyone forgot about it within a couple of weeks, so I guess the answer to that is yes. For those out of the loop, which I would assume a lot of you are because it happened a little over a year ago, a fairly large community-run Turkish channel placed a copyright strike and took down one of my league videos, when it turns out they were the ones who took my footage in the first place, so if anything, it should be the other way around. Pretty fucked up situation. At least I disputed it and won though, but still not cool to take some of my footage without asking or giving credit. Moving on, if I had a PS4 would I buy BTD 5? First of all, that's a pretty bold assumption to make that I don't have a PS4 cause I never even mentioned it in any of my videos, but nonetheless your assumption was correct. Secondly, hell to the no. Why spend an extra $15 or so to play on a console when I can already access the game for free on my desktop using Steam or on my phone? Okay, one more question before I wrap this segment up. Will I be joining Very Troublesome Kids tournament? No, mostly because I don't associate with those group of people, so not interested. And even if I did want to join, I probably wouldn't even be let in because according to them I'm just a brain-dead idiot that knows nothing about the game, nothing about how to balance it, and only uses no-skill strategies to win. True story. That's just the beginning of something bigger to come, by the way. So as I warned you earlier, the quality has now turned to shit now that we have reached the rounds where the entire screen is covered in yellow and green. And it's going to get even worse as the game progresses. If you're not a fan of so little pixels, then perhaps another alternative would be to watch the replay currently up on Battles TV, which is literally the highest possible quality you can get. However, TV is still in its very early stages, so the technology is very limited. You can't skip forward in that 75-minute match, so at best you will have to suffer through 38 minutes of pure gameplay before reaching the end. Hopefully the day will come where you can skip to whatever part of the game you please, but to be honest, that should be the least of their worries regarding Battles TV considering all the other bugs still out there, lol. The biggest one being some replays don't even show up at all, and that was a huge problem for Bruno and Lucky's tournament last Saturday, as they weren't able to showcase half of the games that were played, including the very last match in the finals. I'm sure someone at the Ninja Kiwi office will be getting a spanking soon. Anyways, thank you for watching this far. Every little bit of viewership helps you, especially when your channel is dying, so I appreciate it very much. Check back in a couple of days for the next video, and have an extremely late day.